Alright, good evening ladies and gents, welcome back to Compound Interesting. In today's video I want to go through 10KTF, do a deep dive analysis on probably one of the most underrated projects out there and why I'm very excited about it. It's kind of a mysterious and a little bit complicated, so people didn't want to do a deep research into it because there's a lot to it. So I've tried to simplify it as much as I can for you today, and that's kind of the aim of this video and kind of to explain why I'm excited about it. Usually the first thing that I look at when I'm analysing an NFT project is the team, and I think 10KTF have the second best team in the entire NFT space after Yuga Labs, and that's saying a lot. Not only do they have a crazy good team, so they've been able to deliver crazy good storytelling, they have crazy connections, they put out crazy good videos. So I'm going to run through all of that in today's video. But first let me try and explain quickly what 10KTF is. So 10KTF stands for 10,000 true fans, or true friends, excuse me. So 10KTF started just over a year ago. You can mint them for free. So what you could do is basically, if you have a parent NFT like a Bored Ape, a Mutant Ape, a Cool Cat, various others, you could put it onto 10KTF Genesis items, so backpacks and sneakers. So this clothing company is based out of a shop in Neo Tokyo at 10KTF's metaverse, which is run by this little guy, Wagmi-san, this little old guy. Wagmi-san is the best tailor in the metaverse. So during the beginning they just added more profile pictures and NFT collections that you could mint onto the digital wearables, and they added more digital wearables over time. But over time they also added a huge amount of storytelling, which I'll summarize for you later, and also I'll leave a video which gives a full summary of the entirety of the season 1. But first I just want to run through the connections and the team that 10KTF have. Maybe I'll start with the team. Okay, so the team for 10KTF include Beeple, Guy Osiri, and another Gremplin, another guy called Michael Figgy. Now if you don't know Beeple, he's the co-founder. You've probably been living under a rock. He is the most famous NFT artist, one of the most famous artists of all time, or like highest selling artists of all time. He had the famous $69 million everyday 5,000 everyday collection sale, highest ever NFT sale. But Beeple just isn't any old artist. Has crazy connections. He's done amazing things. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and the other founder, another one of the founders, is Guy Osiri, another guy with crazy connections with Bored Ape Yacht Club or Yuga Labs, actually an investor in Yuga Labs, and one of the guys who basically brought Yuga Labs and Bored Ape Yacht Club like to the place where they got to because of all the connections that he had. He got all the celebrities on board with Bored Apes in the first place. He also was the brand manager of loads of famous artists such as Madonna, and I can't remember any off the top of my head, but loads of really popular music artists. And all of the team have some serious connections, not only in the music space but also in the fashion space. So we can see some of the connections here. Warner Music, Wimbledon Championship, Universal, Endeavor, who owns the UFC, Time, etc, etc. These are all proper connections. They're not just, oh, we sent them an email or something. These are like legit connections. They also have connections to Nike. We can see this because the high tops are the exact same Nike high tops, Air Force Jordans or something like that. They're the exact same ones, just without the Nike symbol. So they wouldn't be able to do that unless they had some sort of connection. Nike would have sued their ass straight away. They also have connections to Apple. They also have connections to Adidas, and they also have connections to Gucci. So let's go through what happened with Gucci now. So let's set the stage how they made the connection with Gucci and how that collaboration came to be. So first of all, Wagmi-san had his shop. He had to pay protection money to the mafia boss, the boss toads, these toads, so he had to pay protection money to them, and he wasn't too happy about that basically. So he started not doing that, not paying them the right amount, and he was kind of rebelling against them. This is the story of Wagmi-san. So then the boss toad, the cryptoad, stole a load of Genesis items. By stole I mean he swept the floor of the Genesis items and kept them all. So then Wagmi-san didn't want the boss man to come raid his shop again and take all the stuff, so he asked his 10KTF, his 10K true friends, to hold his blank slates. So he asked them to hold his scissors, hold his needles, hold his threads and stuff like this, and these little items could then be used, could be combined to create new high tops or new hoodies or new snapbacks or new backpacks. So these are just blanks at the start, and now it is said that all the Genesis items, they're Genesis, and there can't be any more Genesis made. Only new items can be made with these crafted items, these from the blank slates, basically. So basically, if you want to go buy, if you want to get into the 10k TF space, it's recommended that you buy a Genesis item rather than one of these crafted items. But the floor in the Genesis is almost double. But yeah, Genesis is king. So just so you're aware, that's the one you probably want to get if you were to get one. If you want to filter for them, you just go to properties on 10KTF and you hit Genesis there and you'll see them. So just like there always is with 10KTF, there was lots of clues and lots of mystery about a collaboration, and eventually someone saw that one of the posts that Wagmi-san was putting up on his Twitter page, Wagmi-san uploaded this little photo of a camera, an old film camera, and the reason he did that is to kind of signify, oh, a snapshot will be taken soon, so yeah, just beware, like a snapshot is going to be taken of the Genesis items. And people noticed that the camera strap on the camera was the same pattern that was on the Gucci Grail Metaverse page or on their website. And yeah, it turns out the creative director or someone at Gucci, one of the top designers at Gucci, came to the store in the Metaverse, in the Neo Tokyo Metaverse, and you could get a Gucci collab 10KTF item for 1 ETH. So that's the Gucci Grail Mint Pass. As I hope you're starting to realize, the storytelling and the story that the team has come up with here is really detailed, really intricate, and really well done and fun. And look at all these like amazing videos that they've put together over the last year. Like, these are really high quality videos that not just any old team could put together. Like, this is really expensive to make, so they're really putting, like, Beeple made that $69 million sale, and he's not just going off partying on a yacht or something. He's putting millions and millions. He's reinvesting it, trying to create something really amazing and unique in the NFT space. And the other cool thing about 10KTF is they're not like shoving it down your throats. Like, Beeple isn't constantly posting on his page about 10KTF. He's not getting all his friends to post about it and try and pump up the price. They're trying, like, people didn't know it was Beeple's project for a really long time. It was only kind of after a while people started to realize it was Beeple's project. It's not out in the open that it's Beeple's project, or it's Guy Osiri, who's also a co-founder. It's all kind of mysterious, and basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to let the project growth happen on the merit of the quality of the project, not because of the marketing of the project. So it's a really good product, it's a really good project, rather than it has really good marketing or it has really good hype. Like, the focus of the project is creating really cool new things and new experiences that no one else has. Like, some of the accomplishments that 10KTF have managed, like the Gucci Grail, that was executed flawlessly. Like, to do that, there was a number of different NFT projects that could be put onto a Gucci Grail, or a Gucci Grail could be put onto one of these NFTs. So you can see, like, there's mutants, there's Bored Apes, there's cool cats, but within all those, like, for example, the cool cat, like, there's upside down cool cats. So they had to make sure, like, every single weird NFT within an NFT collection, like a mega mutant, they had to make sure all those combinations synced up perfectly, all the different one-of-ones, all that. So there was a huge amount of work that was put into doing that, and it all happened perfectly. Whereas with some NFT projects, they won't even be able to do their own project perfectly, let alone multiple different projects with multiple variations within them. So they're an extremely hard-working team, and they're laser focused, and they're focused on the long term, which is something I also really like. So hard-working and long-term focused, that's really something I like to see in an NFT project. The other really cool thing that they've implemented is this warm wallet. So it's their own software or proprietary tool that they've open sourced. So they open source the code, anyone can use it. So basically, instead of having to connect your own wallet with your valuable NFTs to a site, you can just connect a hot wallet that doesn't have any NFTs in it, but just has a connection to your cold wallets, to say there's a connection there that verifies that you own the NFT in your cold wallet without having to connect directly your hot wallet, which will be extremely useful in the future and now. But like, you don't have to connect your wallet with your valuable NFTs to any sketchy sites. You can just connect this hot wallet, which proves that you own the NFTs without having to actually sign anything, meaning there's no chance you can lose your valuable NFTs. And that's just something they made because they wanted that for their project, because their project involves a lot of you connecting to their website, interacting with it, playing games, trying to win battles against this kaiju, this crypto boss. So the crypto boss released this big massive kaiju to attack the town because he got really angry with Wagmi-san. Like, he was trying to get Wagmi-san to pay more in protection. He forced them to make a brand for cryptodes and trying to get the money out of the brand deal. So Wagmi-san was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that, and just made ridiculous clothes for the cryptodes for the boss. And yeah, they thought they were really cool, and then they realized they had been made a fool. So then then the boss toad released this kaiju, which just wreaked havoc on Neo Tokyo. And yeah, so that's basically season 1. So personally, I just bought another Genesis Bored Ape backpack, and this is just the end of season 1, so this might be a bad time to buy. I'm not recommending you to do anything, but in summary, I'm just blown away by the team, the storytelling that they've done, the amazing videos that they've done, all the new features that are completely original, this warm wallet, these battles that they have on their website. So just on a few hours of research into this project, I'm kind of like, okay, this is probably the second best NFT project out there in regards to what they've done and what they've achieved. Maybe Moonbirds is probably number 2, and maybe this is number 3, but the difference is this NFT project, just because it's not a profile picture collection, the Genesis item floor is only 0.69 Ethereum, whereas there's only 15,000 of them. So that would equate to like a 1 ETH floor price if it was a 10k collection, but like most top collections trade well above that for, like, you know, the top 5 collections. And in my opinion, this could easily be a top 5 collection in all of the NFT space. So that's a few of the reasons why I think it's very underrated. Just because it's a little bit complicated, it requires a bit more time and a bit more understanding, but because they're kind of building in the shadows, there's no hype. That's why I think it's a little bit underpriced and undervalued. So what's coming next in season 2? Is it a good time to get in? Well, I'm still a little bit of a noob on this collection. I've done a bit of research, but there's a lot more, and there's people who are really experienced, who've been in since day 1 and who know all the hints and the clues of what might be coming. But what it looks like to me, they have a lot of connections in fashion, so they will be dropping physical products like clothes and stuff in the future. I'm pretty certain of that. They also have a lot of connections in the music industry, and they have patents for the music industry, so they could be doing some sort of music collaborations in the future, like licensing music as NFTs. And the other thing that they're probably going to be doing is some sort of metaverse / game. So we can see from this footage right here that this kind of looks like a game where you can control, and yeah, they'll be creating their own little metaverse, and they have huge ties with the other side, so I'm sure there'll be some crossover there. So I hope you enjoyed this introductory video into 10kTF. That's kind of all I know about it at the moment. If you did, hugely appreciate it if you could smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell, because on a small channel I probably won't be getting recommended to you unless you hit that notification bell. But yeah, this probably won't be the last video I make about 10kTF, as yeah, it's a very interesting project in my opinion, and I have a lot more research to do on it. But if you did enjoy, thanks, and I'll see you later. Cheers.